Hi guys, welcome to this course on Oracle Identity Governance Suite 11GR2 PS3, and I'm just going to give you a quick introduction on this course, and I will also include a demo. Now questions comes to our mind like some typical questions. What is identity governance? What's it's all about? So it's actually a solution for enterprises, especially for big enterprises, which typically have uh, maybe tens of thousands of users and maybe hundreds of resources, and they need to regulate access to these resources. And then they also need to enforce control. And why they need to enforce control? To reduce risk, because they are granting access to resources for their employees, for their contractors, and maybe if somebody gets an inappropriate access, then there are definitely certain risk. So, so let's go through a use case, and you would get some idea about identity governance. Okay. So here I have got Stella, and Stella has joined finance department of ABC Corporation, and she has been asked to view some financial reports. So to view financial reports, she would access some application. Okay. And she need to have privileges to view these financial reports. Okay. So here she needs financial reports viewer entitlement. Now the question arises that, well, how can she get this entitlement so that she would be able to access these reports? Okay. So what Stella is going to do, she is going to take help of some application in her organization which provides her services like self-service, where she could request for access to this entitlement. She could get this entitlement provision to her identity so that she would be able to view these financial reports. Okay, so let's see what Stella does and how she gets this entitlement. Okay, so here um, let's before moving to the next slide, I would like to take you to this uh, self-service console. Okay, for Oracle Identity Manager, and here Stella is going to log in. And she is going to request for an entitlement for herself. Okay, so here uh, these are the items uh, she can request for here. Okay, so she needs this entitlement, financial reports, viewer entitlement. So she's going to request this. Okay, and Well, so she's going to submit her request, which again is subject to approvals, because she may ask for some access or some entitlement, but somebody needs to approve that. So let her submit her request. Well, here you can see the request has been submitted for approval. Okay. Now the approver is informed actually that there is some task pending for his attention, and by the time Stella can also see that what's the current status for her request. So she comes here and she would like to track her request. She would like to see that what's the current status of her request. Okay, and here her request, one of her requests which I have made just now, is waiting approval. Okay, now let's go ahead and let's make sure that this is the same request uh, which has been made. So here you can see that this request has been for the financial reports viewer, and then Stella has requested this, and then who is going to approve this? So here you can see that this task has been assigned to somebody, Robin Williams, and he is actually manager for Stella. Okay, so here beneficiary manager approval is required. Okay, so she can also withdraw a request if she finds that, well, she does not need this access at the moment, maybe at some later point of time. Okay, so well, now Mr. Williams, he may be intimated via email or via instant message or via SMS that he has got some task to approve. Okay, now let's see that how William is going to approve her request, and then finally how she gets this entitlement provision to her. Okay, so I'm just going to sign out as Stella and log in as Williams. And then Mr. Williams has got some tasks to approve. Okay, now this is the task. Well, now Mr. William can open this task and see the details. Okay, now here I'm just going to just approve this task. Okay, so approved. Well, your request was processed successfully. Okay, now definitely Stella would like to know that has she got access to that entitlement or not. So, or rather I should say that was that entitlement provision to her or not. So here Stella logs in and well, now here she can do a lot of things. She can manage her profile. She could say that what resources she has access to. Okay, um, or she can also look at users in her own organization. Okay, so here This is the way Stella explores her details, and she would like to see that what entitlements has been provisioned to her. And you can see that the entitlement which she requested, financial reports viewer, that has been provisioned to her. Okay. Well, well, so this is just a simple use case where we are going to use identity governance, and especially this product, Oracle Identity Manager for Oracle Identity Governance. So this is what we achieved. So now Stella simply confirms that she has got the access, and just she signs out. Okay. So guys, get back and look at this slide, and let's try to see that what information it gives to us. Okay, so here it shows a typical picture where you could see that there are a number of applications shown at the top. It can be PeopleSoft, Siebel, Hyperion, and a lot of other applications. And then we have got end users. And if you take a scenario of a large organization, they struggle, they really struggle to determine which users have access to what resources, and what these users are going to do with that access. Okay. And then also there are regulatory requirements, and then there are regulatory laws also, like HIPAA is there. Uh, Yes, guys. So regulatory laws are there, like HIPAA is there, SOX, FFIEC, PIC. There are different regulatory requirements, and then if you do not enforce identity governance controls, then it's very difficult to provide evidence to auditors to explain, like how and why access has been granted to a particular user. So typically on this slide you can see that, well, we have got Oracle Identity Governance environment, and then here you can see these connectors. Actually, we are making use of product Oracle Identity Manager, which has been configured with connectors to these different applications, and then you can achieve uh, like provisioning, reconciliation, and there are a number of things which I will be talking on the coming slides. And then you can regulate, like who has access to what resources, who has access to what resources, who has actually requested a particular access, and who has authorized that request, and finally who has certified that access. All these things gets addressed. Okay, so let's move to the next one. So here you can see that Oracle Identity Governance is a solution which helps enterprises to balance the objectives of access, security, and compliance. So these are typical, some of the bullet points which you achieve when you have a proper identity governance working. Like typically I have seen organizations using identity governance for like self-service, okay, profile management, password management, role administration, very important, provisioning. So you saw how Stella got an entitlement provision to her, okay, and then request is subjected to approvals. So for that we have got workflows, reconciliation, okay, maybe with a trusted resource, okay, like Active Directory, okay, certifications, enforcement for audit policy, okay. Um, so these are the important points what we are going to achieve. Okay, so here we have got a course for identity governance, and I have just highlighted what we are going to achieve in this course. So we'll talk about installation and configuration, and I will share a document and a live demo to get OIM installed. Okay, and then we cover about different business scenarios. Then finally moving to launching Oracle Identity Manager, what are different entities in it, and and how we create and manage those entities, installation and configuration of predefined connectors, what are application instances, okay, and how you get these application instances provisioned, what is this request catalog, okay, what is policy based provisioning, advanced request functionality, okay. So what are disconnected resource and how are you going to provision a disconnected resource, understand reconciliation, and then Oracle Identity Manager security. Okay, so typically you can see that what are the different administrative roles available, and internally Oracle Identity Manager uses Oracle Entitlement Server for authorization. So you would see that how very fine-grained authorizations are enforced using Oracle Entitlement Server, and of course you would be interested to generate different types of reports, and then BI Publisher, which comes now bundled with PS3. So you can generate different reports, and then understand certifications, identity audit, and then very important, transferring identity manager configurations from one environment to another. Suppose you have created your objects on one environment, let's say your dev environment, and then you need to move these objects from your dev environment to some test environment. So you can easily transfer these configurations, and very important, how you are going to make some customizations in Oracle Identity Manager, uh, so that it looks or resembles other applications at your workplace or within your enterprise. And then what are the APIs available, especially the ISKIN APIs, okay. And then in case you are a developer and you would like to understand the architecture of the connector, so that you may do some modifications into the connector, or maybe develop a connector from scratch. So I do take a few lectures on developing connectors as well, and then testing and installing ICF connectors, and then customizing approval workflows, which are developed using Oracle SOA Suite. And then we move to advanced certification, and finally advanced identity audit, which is going to enforce segregation of duties. So that is what has been offered in this course. And then a very important thing is like, well, does this course map to some certification, or uh, after taking this course, can somebody go ahead with some certification examination? So yes, we are targeting Oracle Identity Governance Suite 11G PS3 Essentials examination. Um, this course covers topics related to this particular certification examination. So that's it, guys, and just let me know. You can address your questions. You would be getting some email link, and then you can address your questions, and I would be very happy to answer your question. So thank you watching this demo. Thanks a lot.